Are these the best super shoe? Because I just crushed my half marathon and I wore these shoes and I just seem to keep getting faster and faster. Watch this video for a half marathon recap and why the Asics Metaspeed Edge Paris is the best super shoe. This video is gonna go over my gear bag and what I brought to my half marathon and why I think you need to get this gear bag. Feed. It's probably the #1 sports nutrition brand in the world. I love them, they always help me out. And the last time I met them in person, free towel. Pretty good in my gear bag. Relight, not a sponsor, but please sponsor me. Excellent, tons of sodium. I was taking this for about 2 weeks before my race day and I had half to almost a full bottle before my race. I really enjoy the lemon lime flavor, but it is clean ingredients. I love it and I feel incredible. Second thing I always bring with me, no matter what race, my inhaler. I do have pretty bad asthma. It's gotten better over the years, but I still have to take a puff either in the morning or every now and then. A lot of people think you can't run with asthma. I just took third place overall in my half marathon, so I'm proving those doubters wrong. So if you have asthma, get moving. Over 10 miles I've done, I take 1 Tums. Not sure if it really helped too much on the half marathon, but usually my stomach hurts afterwards, and these Tums came in handy. I took one about 2 hours before, so this was great. Half a cup of black coffee about an hour and a half before, just to wake me up a little bit. I'm pretty high energy, but I was up at 5 a.m. And then I had half an ounce udder about an hour before the race. Make sure I got all the fluids out of me before the race. Icy hot. My right knee's been hurting a tiny bit. Icy hot on. Gives me a little kick too. I don't know what it was, but the first like 3 miles was running uphill and the Icy Hot just like, you just feel the burn. So shout out Icy Hot. Again, sponsor me. When I went to go see my friend win his 60K, we got these free Brooks bottles. So shout out to the girl that gave these out. I filled up my Brooks bottle and put it on my runner's belt and it fit great. However, once I drank half of it, it started falling out, so I had to put it in my pocket, which is okay for that day. But moving forward, I gotta lock in and figure out how I can keep this in there without falling out. Pink shorts, had to stand out that day. Unreal colors. The Nike woven shorts are my go-to. Again, Nike, not a sponsor, but sponsor me. Top, I really like wearing oversized clothes, especially when I run. Usually when I'm, working out, I like feeling jacked up. But when I run, I don't like when the material is pressing against my body too much. And this purple Nike has been 2 for 2 for me. Crushed a sub 45-minute 10K wearing this purple tank and crushed a sub 140 and took 3rd place overall. In addition, calisthenics headband, get moving during my whole race. So I just wore this like this, put it on. Looked crazy with all the colors I was wearing, but man, my friend Seth at iPrint Inc., you hooked it up big time. I love these headbands. They keep the feeling during the race. I absolutely love these cyst gels, again, by the feed. I had 4 of them. I probably could have just used 3, or some people honestly use none. But every 5K I took, I enjoy the lemon lime flavor. It tastes the best to me. And at mile 10 or 9.5, I actually consumed half of an caffeine gel. There was tons of elevation on this race, tons of caffeinated gel, and just felt amazing. So I didn't use all of it because I don't want my heart rate to get any higher than it was. It was about 190 at one point. So I definitely recommend though, if you're gonna fuel during any run, fuel with the feed and especially get the lemon lime cyst gels. Secret ingredient lately, these are breathing straps. One, I have bad allergies, so not only does this help with me breathing, but putting this over my nose, it just opens up my nostrils and it just feels good and makes me wanna breathe through my nose during my run. Only knock on it is I, for some reason, see it when I'm running and it kind of drives me crazy sometimes, but for overall, the Breathe Right, again, not a sponsor, sponsor me. The final thing in my gear bag is the super shoe. Asics Metaspeed Edge Pairs. I think I'm 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 with PRing in races, 2 10Ks, 2 half marathons. I'm just absolutely crushing it with this shoe. And of course, my sub 20-minute 5K back in last November. This is the best super shoe on the market. The colorway is absolutely the best. It's super light. Part 2 of this video, I'm gonna talk about my prep. So my prep period for this, back in December, I actually tore my groin. So I couldn't wrestle one time this season with my wrestlers, as I'm a wrestling coach too. Shout out to my boy Pete for fixing me. So it took me till about April to start running again. Running hard, I should say. I was still jogging here and there, which probably didn't help. But, I was really, upset that I couldn't run a lot. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get slower, I'm gonna get slower. In June, I crushed my 10K. So that was 8 weeks after running again. I hit a 42-minute 10K, which is gonna be another video I'm gonna post, so please stay tuned. And then in this recent race, my half marathon, I crushed a sub 140 hour 36 half marathon on a way harder course than my Staten Island race where I ran a 134. So Staten Island, I believe, was a 200-foot elevation gain. This one was 930 and change according to my Garmin. So this was just the first 8 weeks, April to June-ish, was just zone 2 plus some hard running. Every day in May, I was running about an 8:40 to 9-minute miles, and then one track workout. And then from June to up until my race, I was running 8 to 8:30s every day, 1 or 2 slow runs a week, one long run that consisted of a 10K to a 7-miler, and then 1 or 2 track workouts during this prep. So tons of speed runs, but overall just putting in that work is what it's about. There's no secret here. You got to put that work in. And running with somebody for 10 miles is pretty wild. Like, right on you, I couldn't lose him, he couldn't lose me. And then that final kick at 12 and a half miles to 13, I just ran as fast as I can. Heart rate said like 208 at one point. Not sure how accurate these watches are, but it was pretty incredible. So shout out to him for pushing me, and Strava, that's where it has all the information. But the biggest secret in that race, I think for me, was having these Asics Metaspeed Edge pairs are just the secret tool to winning. They are the super shoe, and every time I wear them, I just know I got an edge over anybody. I took 3rd overall. I'm hoping, in my next race, maybe I'll get 1st. You never know. Just trying to get better every time. It's me against me, not against anyone else. It would be, I don't know how the kid in first place did a hour 27. That was incredible. But these Asics Metaspeed Edge pairs, super light. The carbon plate has not let me down. Probably have about 100 miles on these shoes. They still feel brand new. And, I just really, really love how they fit. So if you want to edge in your race to take top 3 overall, maybe even win it, highly suggest wearing the Asics Metaspeed Edge pair. And shout out to the runners that pushed me during the race and all the supporters. You all rock. Again, Jesse here, or Coach Cala is what the kids call me. My brand's Calisthenics. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and comment below your next race that you might be doing. Get moving.